Welcome back, everybody. You got Will and I Man here from the Block Runner Metazone, Roby and M-Scribe, and today we got heroes.
The most super of heroes.
Yeah, dude.
But not the heroes you're imagining, right?
Yeah, I was going to say, you're not a big fan of, like, hero lore, dude.
Okay, yeah.
But
Maybe
now you are.
I'm starting to understand why all you nerds go, like, watch these Marvel movies. Like, every single time they, like, release it, it's like, I gotta see this.
You know,
Robert Downey Jr., like, pulls off the
yeah.
like, yeah! I didn't really get it.
I feel attacked.
I'm pretty sure I attacked, like, 90% of everybody.
Humans, yeah.
I don't know, dude. I still enjoy a hero movie from time to time.
Do you? Like, which one?
I literally watched The Dark Knight last night. It was fucking great.
How old is that now? Like 15 years or something?
It still stands.
Absolutely. The Dark Knight, yeah. That's a great movie.
Yeah, if you're going to make a superhero movie, make it like that.
Yeah,
I don't
totally agree.
I don't like the fucking, I don't know.
You know what? Just like we missed Star Wars and Star Trek and all those, like those last generation stuff.
Yeah.
This generation was definitely heroes.
Superhero, like Marvel's DC comics. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, for whatever reason, it just didn't stick. Well, I was playing video, that's why. I was ingrained in World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
While you guys were like
watching Iron Man 1.
While you guys were watching like
Spider-Man.
Yeah, I was actually living it, dude. I was a real hero of Azeroth, dude. While you guys got to watch other people pretend to be.
Sure.
Shit.
That's another method of consumption of heroes, yes.
Correct. So this is another thing we humans typically do, right? Even pre-Hollywood, our gods were our heroes, right?
That's right, yeah.
We're in the Greeks, philosophers, like, dude, water has a god, the moon has a god, the sun has a god. These are our heroes of our time.
Yeah, I mean, there's heroes in all forms, right? Like Steve Jobs.
That's right.
Right? Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Right? To some, it's Trump.
That's right. He's definitely a hero at this point.
Yeah.
He's worthy of kill attempt.
Dude, yeah. He took a bullet.
Yeah.
He's like the next 50 Cent.
That's right. You displayed some heroic qualities for sure.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's why it was like, it felt different when you
saw
him resurrect in real time.
Oh, yeah.
But so, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of ways to manifest this idea of a hero.
Yeah. And one way is through AI, dude.
Well, this is a completely unexplored. I didn't realize this was like an actual viable opportunity of AI, right? Like, you know, so AI is obviously a big deal, right? The whole tech industry understands that. We've witnessed like a balloon bubble event of like AI tech, AI speculation. Every major tech company has some sort of AI portfolio presence now. Right?
Yeah, 100%.
So
it's so important that if you're not figuring out how to use AI in your normal workflow, you're not like stuck in the mud as if someone who's like completely faded the internet, like they got stuck in the mud.
Correct.
If you're not using AI today, it's almost as if you're running backwards.
Correct.
That's how important it is. You're like losing faster and faster by not using AI.
Yeah, it's a new technical paradigm, I guess. It's an addition to the tool set for humanity, just like, the printing press was, the internet was. So yeah, like our parents and such who like, decided to neglect like the internet for a long period of time. They're wondering, is like, dude, how come these kids know more than me and stuff?
Yeah.
Right? And then they're like coming in late, asking us how to like, connect them into everything.
Yeah. So how do I send an email?
Yeah.
Like,
so they got left behind in the dust, dude.
Yeah.
Literally. So.
Yeah, but they got left behind at a rate that is like it's catch upable. Right? If you're not integrating AI, you're not going to catch up. Like you need to like do it now.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, so clearly, we're all in alignment. We understand it's tremendously valuable, so it's going to be ingrained in every facet of our existence at some point.
Yeah.
Right? Now, the economic ramifications of that still to be determined. Right?
Yeah.
We have many different theoretical interpretations of how that will play out. Right?
Yeah.
And why the metaverse is so critically important to like discovering new purpose for human beings.
Sure.
In light of AI supplanting our now existing purpose within our ecosystem of reality.
Yeah.
Yeah. Catch that book coming out soon. Not really, but I wish we had one.
It reminds me now that we promised an AI video, but that's not this video. Remember we were talking about how we were going to like talk about our AI workflow that we have?
Oh, shit. You're right. We never did that.
Yeah.
God damn it. That's on you, dude. Well, yeah, we'll get that out there someday. For sure.
But this AI video is about specifically Superfan and Heroes. Yeah. So Amin is coming up, and this is pretty unique. So the reason why we're making this video is because you and I were having a dialogue about how important this type of technology was.
Yeah, I'll admit. So we've Superfan, it's kind of like an EV situation here, right? Like the universe kind of like threw him in our laps, unexpectedly, and that's kind of like been the beautiful unintended consequence of
it's a
DMT.
Happy accident.
Happy Bob Ross. Yeah, these unintended like miracles just start to kind of like manifest, right? Because I think like the premise of DMT is it's captivating, right? It's bringing all the right actors in our direction. Mm-hmm. So Evie was a good example of that. And now Superfan here, who's developing something with huge potential. So at first I didn't see it. You saw it immediately. Immediately. And I was like, dude, like what's the big deal?
It's just AI pictures. We see them all the time.
Right. That was my surface level analysis, right? Like, I mean, gotta
never fade anything at first glance. I mean, that is the lesson of cryptocurrency.
100%. Yeah.
Like you need to look into everything. And so now we're here.
Yes. So there's a really this goes deep as the metaverse can go deep, right?
Yeah.
So if you can, like a surface level explanation for heroes, right? So by the way, we're going to interview Superfan here pretty soon.
Yeah, it's going to be released probably Monday or Tuesday. We said it was going to be released Saturday, but there's been a delay.
Yeah.
Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah, so look out for that if you want the real insider scoop. But do you have like a 2-minute elevator pitch, like what this initial collection, maybe like the technology behind it, like what does it represent? Yeah,
so ultimately what you're looking at here is just an example of the outputs. And so it looks like a generic AI output, but there's more to it. Mm-hmm. And that's what's the underlying value proposition here. But ultimately it's essentially this. You have these heroes, and it's a UNAT mint. So you get an individual hero produced by this AI output.
Okay.
But as cool as that may seem at first glance, it's not just the picture as an output. It's more like an adventure game.
Yeah.
And what's cool about this adventure game is that these events that you are embarking on are produced non-arbitrarily. Mm-hmm. So as a new block comes in, potentially there's a new event ignited in this environment of heroes.
Yeah.
And for example, you could have one of these characters, and then all of a sudden there's like alien attack, like this guy, like he's attacking all the heroes.
Yeah.
And these like little tentacles start showing up in the background of your heroes.
Yeah.
And these are sort of like these kind of call to action sort of videos that are going to be, put on the website itself just to give you the story narrative and everything.
Yeah, the context of like
the context of the
evolution.
Event. Yeah.
The evolution of this reality, right?
Yeah.
Which you're living within it, like as if you're participating in an actual like a universe, right? Like a Marvel universe in the making.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's manifesting in real time, and it's completely dependent on Bitcoin, which is, I think, like the added wrinkle of obviously like extreme value contribution. I mean, maybe we're biased considering this whole DMT thing, but we feel like applying this like physics layer of Bitcoin to as many things as possible.
Yeah.
Especially with a digital nature to it, right? That's like typically arbitrarily produced.
Right.
Whether it's a video game asset that's been just like manifested through some activity.
Sure.
Or like the next chapter of a story, right? These are all very like arbitrary occurrences.
Yeah,
right?
For sure.
Leveraging Bitcoin and its like physics nature, the whole energy aggregation system of that, and now we have some roots to that in our like digital proliferation. It's mind blowing when you start to think about like the future, right?
Yeah, and this combination of like different technologies now with AI, it gives you like a new product that was not possible before.
Exactly.
You couldn't do this without AI.
Yeah.
And so what happens is like this new event comes in, you have your character, and now there's this alien attack, and then the background of your character, all of a sudden there's like an alien attack in the background. Like there's imagine like a city background, there's like this, huge alien kind of hovering over the city.
Yeah.
Which indicates like there's an alien attack. And so maybe your character changes poses like it's ready for attack, right?
Yeah.
And then you go and interact potentially on Heroes' website with the game itself.
Yeah.
So that you can either progress in the game, survive in the game, and see what happens in the story.
Yeah, so that's the framework of like what is happening like in this new class of whatever this is, right? So we're struggling to kind of like put a name to this, right? Because it's not a PFP, right? Whenever this asset exists in your wallet, right? You're not gonna think of it as like a typical PFP,
right?
It's not like a typical art thing. It's not like a game asset. Like it's something else, right?
Yeah.
It's almost like something that has its own, maybe minutely quantifiable evidence of some sort of life, right? Because it is like strung to that Bitcoin physics layer, and it's like an evolutionary thing.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I know. Maybe you're actually like holding on to like the beginnings of digital life forms. Maybe. There's no real name for that yet, right? Because that's obviously never been executed before.
Yeah, it's almost kind of like underwhelming to have it be called like a new genre. Like this is not a game, right? This is not a PFP. You know, it's like a new genre, but it might be something else, like you're saying.
Yeah, so it's hard to define. Just kind of like how bitmap was kind of like hard to define the beginning stage of like our discovery of it.
Which we've made like 50 bitmap videos trying to like
figure out
define its value proposition and like succinctly.
Exactly. I think we might be, you know, if we're really going to discover how this is like maximally implemented, and it's like most not just viable, but most like I guess impactful form, right? Like what does this do? It can enhance entertainment from so many different verticals, right?
100%. Yeah.
Obviously, there's real metaverse implication here. If we're talking about like creating a digital existence layer, maybe these are the like inhabitants that actually have like non-arbitrary consequence of their existence within these, you know, as closely aligned to physical reality, digital environments, right? So, what is the value of that? You know, maybe we don't know, right?
Yeah, and I guess the other thing that's interesting here is that leveraging AI is like we understand like how this is technically done, and so we're able to piece together other use cases. This is just an MVP utilization of this AI tech.
Yeah. And
so I think even in his tweets here, he had like a 3D model generation. Here it is.
Yeah. So this is this isn't Heroes, right? This is a demonstration of
its tech.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The same thing that can render these evolutionary characters that have like, you know, non-arbitrary existence, literally, like in your wallet.
Yeah. So who's to say that you couldn't produce a 3D model that is potentially deployable on a bitmap, and then, you know, have that as part of like your technology stack to be able to create stuff.
Absolutely.
Right. And so this is the Heroes thing is more of like a MVP, but it's more about like, you know, creating a community of like figuring out what the potential of this thing is, because, you know, it's hard to define like the future outlook for something like this and its future like utilization. And so part of like what's interesting here is that this man is cultivating a community of tinkerers and like figuring out like how to best utilize this type of technology.
Yeah, we'll definitely be there as part of that community, because like I don't know, my interpretation of like directions of this is it's lit up.
Are you saying your spidey sense is tingling, dude?
I guess so, dude. Trying to think of like something less cringy. I don't think it's possible, dude. But yes, I mean, I got that feeling, right, of like this is something that needs massive exploration, right?
With great responsibility or with
God
great
damn
power.
It, dude! Stop it! don't smother me with fucking superhero cringe,
with
dude.
Superhero taglines.
Whatever, dude. Hopefully this AI generative era like produces like something a little less cringe, a little bit.
He hasn't even got through the first Spider-Man movie yet. He's got lots to go.
Yeah, it was at least like 9 Spider-Man movies.
No, there is it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think you're right. 3 different actors, but like
that's right. 3 movies each, practically.
God damn, dude! Fucking Hollywood's just milking you all these years. That's what they do, dude. You know.
Yeah.
But this is so much more interesting. It's like we could discover. You know, what's the guy, Stan Lee, the guy who like generated this entire universe.
That's so true.
One man like generated this whole universe conception.
What
Marvel,
what a
badass.
genius.
What a G for sure.
Yeah.
To have that like imagination, but now we could leverage these tools to kind of like.
Now anybody can be Stan Lee.
Well, whole communities can have like part of the processes of generating the next Spider-Man, generating the next Superman, right? And this is all connected to Bitcoin and. it's fascinating, like the potential of this.
Yeah, this is the start of new IP generation and like story generating.
Yeah, fucking built by Bitcoin, right?
Yeah, dude.
I mean, we say this over and over and over again, but people continue to fade as if like that is not an interesting narrative. It's like,
Yeah,
no,
that's insane.
It is insane. How is this like not pinging everyone's radar by now?
Yeah.
As the most fascinating thing happening in all of crypto? It's beyond my interpretations, right?
Yeah.
Everybody wants to talk about the same old stuff, dude.
Yeah.
So
We should just have a show on memes, dude, so we can like join the party.
Be
of
actually-
boredom.
be cool.
Yeah, so we could be cool. Exactly.
Be accepted. Are those the things you want, dude? To feel accepted?
Dude. I want to be accepted too.
All right, well, we're starting our meme program starting tomorrow, dude. But yeah, so this is fascinating. I can't wait for this mint. So it's on the 15th, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So an initial community will be at the scale of 4,032, I think. That's how many mints will be available. So
Yeah, so think of this as like an alpha. It's more of like there's already adventures kind of like set up for this alpha for these tests. But everyone who holds these assets is going to contribute in one way or another.
yeah, to potentially it's a starting point, right? So we don't know exactly how crazy like 5-year outlook looks in comparison to, starting points, like go back 5 years to like, how was the Ethereum ecosystem 5 years ago? It's like a starting point, right? Where you
It was nothing but ICOs. And
actually, yeah, go further back then. Go back 10 years, right? It's like literally a nothing burger of like a starting point. But to try and imagine what 10 years down the road with this like new umbrella of technology of like, smart contracts native to blockchain and such.
Yeah.
What that would expand into.
Yeah.
We have potential like another vertical like this at our disposal, right? It's like, how can we leverage AI and the unique properties of DMT?
Yeah.
And what's going to proliferate and manifest as a result of that, right? So experiment with prototype version number 1. That's what HIROs is.
Yeah.
And there's going to be tons of new iterations because this is open source tech.
Yeah,
right?
that's right. Yeah. Yeah, and then on top of that, something for Superfan to consider is, even looking into BitTensor. And kind of leveraging the subnets of AI.
Interesting. Maybe we have finally our vertical to like reach back out to Jake.
Yeah.
Jake Const.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, we need you over here in the DMT space, dude. Let's connect one of your subnets to
DMT.
to Bitcoin Core, right? And let's start proliferating some patterns,
dude,
into your AI production process, dude.
Hell yeah, dude.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes, Jake, let's do it.
Yeah, I don't think he watches us anymore. Maybe he does. You never know.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, the 15th. Like I said, this is kind of like the very beginning of something cool, something new. We like new stuff, big time.
That is one of our mottos.
Yeah.
That's once we release our T-shirt line.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna be one of our taglines, right? We like new stuff. Got that?
That's it. That's
got new. That'll be a good one, right?
Yeah.
Got new.
Yeah. Stay like in tune for this interview. It's gonna be interesting. We did have a Twitter space. Several, I feel like now with Superfan.
Couple. Well,
a couple.
Specifically one focused, I think, on HIROs, which was that yesterday or the day before?
I don't remember. All the days are the same, dude.
We'll link. They really are. We'll link it in the description.
Yeah. So the 15th. I'm trying to remember if there's anything else. We have a couple of things to show here. We have the AI 3D thing, but yeah, these are just examples of the outputs. And so this will be your character. It could look like pretty much anything, but yeah, you're going to be participating in like this larger adventure and seeing where things happen. So Superfan also went on the Ordinal's Revolution podcast. So we have other videos here, Lambda as well.
That's where the Lambda Hackathon. Yeah. That's where we met Superfan for the first time.
Yeah, correct.
Leveraging a programmable ecosystem to like demonstrate this, right? And we're like, holy shit, we were blown away, and we immediately started thinking of how we could apply this into the scope of the metaverse, because as we know, the scope of that is
the biggest
mother. Yeah. It's the biggest thing you can imagine as far as like a human frontier, what it is we need to do collectively to like create a real new digital economy. So we're we're gonna need help on the actual like production mechanisms of that. And luckily, the convergence of these two technology stacks are like perfectly aligned. You know.
Right. Yeah, and so here's a couple of other outputs, and I mean, imagine being attacked by this like race of aliens.
Damn.
Like, I mean, it's pretty intimidating.
Yeah.
And some outputs that kind of look like celebrities.
Wouldn't mind some getting attacked, I guess, by some celebrities. Some people might actually enjoy that.
Yeah.
It's like, bring it on, Halle Berry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and what's interesting is that he's got some quotes here with like Konami, people from Konami, and like from Time Media. Like, so this guy's connected here. But yeah, that's it for us. Stay tuned for the podcast. There's going to be a lot more of heroes, a lot more of AI, DMT stuff. And I appreciate you guys for watching, and we will catch you in the next video.
Peace.